we're starting the podcast. Y'all have listened. Bob is having a meltdown.
I'm having a meltdown.
This nigga is melting down.
I'm melting down.
Lipstick all over your teeth. You're mad because your little pants are showing. You just had now.
Show your pants.
Now you got
Stand up and show your pants.
Now you got an attitude.
Stand up and show your pants. Let everybody see your pants. My pants were showing. I didn't want my pants to show. And that's not a meltdown.
You had a little mini meltdown.
I did not have a meltdown. All I said was, are my pants showing? I don't want my pants to show. And then Jacob said, I fixed it, but he hadn't fixed it. And I was like, you said you fixed it.
You lied to me.
So I don't think I was having a meltdown.
That's a mini meltdown. But it's okay. Bob, I have seen you meltdown many times. And
I have meltdown.
This is on the scale of the Bob meltdown.
This was not, I would literally say I don't want my pants to show. And you're like, you're having a meltdown. I think you're intentionally antagonizing me.
I'm not doing any such thing, but I do love this hair on me. What do you think about it? It's very Courtney.
I think it's fine. I mean, I think that...
It's intentionally messy and very like,
that's
I
clear.
just did my hair.
That's clear.
As you sitting there in my fucking wig and my fucking outfit in my fucking house.
Okay, whatever. You asked what I thought, and I gave my real opinion. Now was having a meltdown. Now was having a little mini meltdown. I mean, I don't personally super vibe with like drag that looks particularly pedestrian, but I know that you love it. So
I love it. I wear it a lot because I think
this is one of your favorite wigs. This wig is pedestrian.
It's not one of my favorite wigs.
Can we roll back to the footage?
I said that I really love this wig. I didn't say it's one of my favorites.
Yes, you did. You used the word favorite.
I did not use the word favorite.
Listen, Jay, go back and find it. Right before we started, Monet was like, "This is one of my favorite wigs that I wear."
Did I say it on camera when we were not recording? Is that what you're talking about?
No, before we said, "Here we go."
Yeah, but then that's not part of the episode.
So you changed your mind since.
I have. I love when I wear this wig. It's like one of my favorite wigs I own.
You are such a phony, fake bitch. On this day, LA's gotten to your veins. A little too LA for the children these days. But pedestrian drag is like a big trend with queens.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's huge.
Well, with like who?
You remember Blessing Claire was like the trend's gonna be tiny little makeup and small lashes.
But it is, no one is wearing big old lashes like that anymore.
So I'm just saying, drag me. I'm saying huge lashes. But I think that pedestrian drag is like on a come up, and I'm not personally into it. It doesn't speak to me.
That dress you brought today that you didn't end up wearing is very pedestrian.
I don't think it is. It had rhinestones on it. It was nice.
That orange one upstairs, the tank dress?
Oh, but it's a different one. Once you're in body, there's something different.
But it's pedestrian. That's me. Bitch, when I get in body too. And every pedestrian look I wear,
that's not true.
I have a corset. I wear a corset, unless it's my sweaters. And bitch, are you wearing a corset? Are you pedestrian now?
There's a corset wearing.
That's not a corset. That's a belt.
This is absolutely a corset.
This is my costume. I'm telling you what it is.
So who cares? This is a corset. This is a corselet. It's a tiny corset.
What the fuck?
It is a corset.
It is not a corset.
And I think that sometimes you'll have a pedestrian aspect to your garment, but if your clothing, but if something else is heightened, it makes it drag. Like if you're wearing big hair, like I never wear I do wear small makeup sometimes, not terribly often, but I wouldn't be wearing small makeup and then like
what is small makeup?
Like eyeshadow, not a cut crease, no.
So if you don't have a cut crease, so it's only drag makeup if you have a cut crease?
No, I think that makeup is more draggy when you have more going on your eyes. When you have like a crease and like a metallic eyeshadow and an under eye thing, it makes it more draggy, and you know that. I don't know why you actually don't know that.
No, I'm not even trying to do a thing. I don't. The whole thing of small makeup, I've never gotten that. When people say I don't ever get it, because I'm someone. Because what this is like, someone will call this small makeup because it's not like a big wing and it's not the.
No, I think if a lady was wearing that at the cash register at Walgreens, everyone would be like, "Wow, you're wearing a lot of makeup." People are like, "Oh, you really wore a lot of makeup."
But even what Blair is doing, if I saw a woman wearing what, I was like, "Damn, you got on a lot of makeup today."
But if you saw a woman doing what Trixie's doing, you'd be like, "You're a clown."
Right.
I can't tell if you're a clown or if you're a human being.
Okay, you went to the most extreme.
And you went to the extreme. So now
Blair is not extreme.
It's like pretty minimal makeup.
I don't think so. Have you seen Blair's wearing like 3 foundations, 2 concealers?
Everyone's wearing 3 foundations. Who's wearing 1 foundation?
Okay, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So
who's in these streets wearing 1 foundation?
So it's not small makeup. It's a lot of makeup she's wearing.
We're talking about the eye makeup too, Monet, specifically, not exclusively, but like the eye makeup.
Well, I was talking about everything.
The eye makeup is a big part of what makes her makeup look big or makes it look small. So there are some queens. I don't know why you're acting like you don't know. There are some queens who wear a lot of makeup, and some queens who wear small amounts of eye makeup.
But small.
You're acting brand new.
No, but
you are new to the party, bitch.
I've never agreed with the thing of small. I don't think small makeup is a thing. I never agreed on that ever. Not a single day in my life.
So is big makeup a thing?
If you're talking about
I'm just asking you a question.
But Trixie's the only person.
Yes
Hold on, Trixie's the only thing that constitutes big because it's so crazy. Not even drag queens.
Only
wear
Trixie.
That. Who else wears
Bianca Del Rio's makeup? Bianca Del Rio's makeup is huge.
Well, I guess Bianca would be big, sure.
Latrice does.
Do you consider your makeup big?
This is big makeup. This is big. Like most people in the world are not wearing makeup like this. This is if a lady or even if some NB or
NB?
non-binary or like little gay kid was at Starbucks wearing this, giving me coffee, you'd be like, you are in full drag. Are you have a gig after this? You'd be like, do you have a gig? You are wearing a lot of fucking makeup.
So in my small makeup, when I just do my color thing with the glitter, is that small to you? Because that's what I want to change.
I think that's small drag makeup.
And if I saw someone wearing that at Starbucks, I'd be like, girl, you are wearing a lot of makeup.
No, so there's a difference.
That's your litmus.
No, there's a difference. No. I'd be like, wow, girl, your face is beat. If she had on this, I'd be like, you have a drag show after this.
Oh, I would say that for what I wear. I'm not even being funny.
No, I can tell you now, yeah, you rarely are you ever.
The color smoke with the glitter and the white and the contour and the highlight.
I'm like, oh wow, you're beat. But if I saw someone wearing like Bianca's makeup, I'd be like, you clearly have a show.
That looks like that's like drag.
So if there is big makeup, there is small makeup.
No, but what are you saying small makeup is like Blair?
For drag, it is small. For drag, it is small makeup. For drag, what Blair does and what you do when you do your little glitter, and what I do since I've done small makeup before, it is small makeup for drag.
I don't think it's small. I don't. I think that there's drag, and I think what Trixie and Bianca do, and like this Meatball, like that's like, because it's just like they do like the cut crease and the wing and the this.
You have a cut crease.
Yeah,
I have a cut crease and a wing and a this. So what's the difference?
Exactly what I'm saying. It's all just drag.
So I don't even know what you're arguing.
I don't know what you're arguing.
My state. In terms of drag, sometimes when you do your little shadow and glitter, your smokes in circles. What is it?
No, you say smudges in circles.
When you do your little smudges in circles, for drag, that is small makeup. I think the same thing with Blair sometimes does smudges in circles. I've seen Asia O'Hara do smudges in circles. I've seen that is small makeup. I think what Trixie does, this is a small version of big drag makeup. This is like, for me, this is like average drag makeup. What Trixie's doing is like huge. Bianca does huge drag makeup. Latrice does huge drag makeup. And I do like normal size. Like, I think our eyes are very comparable today, except I have a wing. But the size of our lift your bangs is very comparable. What we have on our eyes today.
How are you saying that? Say that word again.
Comparable.
Okay.
So what are you? So what's your case you're making?
Can you get it on my eye?
That's your favorite wig. That's your favorite wig, but you're not her favorite. So what are you saying?
I'm saying that all drag makeup is drag. But you have
I agree, it's all drag.
There are exceptions to the rule, which are Trixie and Bianca, and people who do makeup like that. To me, that's like drag. I think there's drag and there's drag.
I agree that it's all drag, but I think there's like 2 or 3 levels of it. Maybe even 4 if you add people like Got Mick, where you're painting your face a completely different color. Right. That's when you're like a step beyond Trixie and Bianca and Jackie Beat. You're going to a whole new thing where you're making your face just a completely different color. I would say that's like the 4th step. So I would say there's 4 little phases. A little bitty eye makeup like you and Blair, smudges and circles. There is normal size makeup like mine, like what Naomi does.
Naomi is not big. Naomi's more than where I'm at. Naomi's less than me.
Naomi's better than you. Naomi's way better than you.
Oh, she's a better makeup artist.
Yes, say it again.
but the side, Naomi is like Naomi's not that.
I think that
not even a little bit.
I think Naomi's makeup is comparable to what me and you have going on here right now.
Oh yeah, for sure. And this is, but
we're comparable.
You're big.
You and I
are
are big. Too. No, okay. There's one. One is the Blairs and the you when you smudge in circles. 2 is where we are now. Me, you, Vanjie, Naomi.
I don't agree.
And then I think 3 is Bianca. Jackie B, Trixie, Bianca, Meatball. And then 4 is like Got Mick.
Juno Birch.
Yeah, Juno Birch. The freaks. Who do freaky makeup? What's her name? The one who
Hungry.
No, yeah, is she yeah, hungry? The one Abora.
Abora.
Yeah, that's like crickety snickety crazy makeup. Anyway, so you agree about the 4 stages?
I would agree with that.
See, we're on the common ground. Now that we found some common ground, we can ruin it when we come back.
And we are back. I wanna break up. My.
I guess I'll see you in the next
Live.
live.
That video of you, me, Larry doing it on tour is so funny. When Larry starts to twerk at the end, he was feeling it.
Oh, living his full dream. Living his. If you don't see it, go to Larry's Facebook. He's posted it 6 times.
DJ
Drag DJ.
Drag DJ. And
DJ
it's,
Two-Face.
he is Larry. DJ Larry is our
Two-Face.
DJ Two-Face is our touring DJ for Sibling Rivalry, and he's done all of our shows out of the country.
Well, not Mitch did a few.
Not Mitch has never done anything that I did with you.
Oh, you're right. That was just me.
Yes,
Because Two-Face also did some of my tours. That's right. You're right.
Yeah. And yeah, so there's a video of us doing our show in London where Bob cried at the end.
God, you're absurd.
And we did drag suicide or drag roulette, as the kids call it today. And Larry came. When he came on stage, I was like, "How is this happening?" I was like, "Who's running the music upstairs?"
He was in the booth.
Yeah, he was in the booth, which was at the back of the theater upstairs. It was wild.
But he pulled it off seamlessly.
He sure did.
Oh, I want to tour again.
I know. I hope I can do
Part
it.
of me wants to tour again. Part of me is also like, I'm kind of into just being at home. Is that crazy?
We were talking about this earlier. I said yes to a gig that I'm doing because they asked me in the middle of the pandemic. I was like, oh yeah, I can't wait to get out and do it. And then that was coming up. I'm like, ooh, girl, I want to stay home.
Girl, she didn't heard it. Hey, I heard it.
Because what the tea is that you're making the same money at home that you do tired. Except here's the only thing about on the road though. Dick. Oh, dick from every city, every country, coast to coast. Dick!
I mean, I lived in New York and Los Angeles, and I think there's also a great variety of dick and pussy and buttholes.
See, but I want foreskin.
Here in the States.
America doesn't have a lot of foreskin for me.
I lived in the Heights, so
Same.
there was a lot up there.
There was a lot, but not all the time. Sometimes I would be like, "Oh yes, oh it's gonna be so good." And I'm like, why your parents do that to you? Why did they do that to me?
For hygiene, because they thought it was the best decision of the
It's
time.
such an archaic thing. People need to stop circumcising their children because there's no thing of why people need to be. It's just an old thing. It's not even. There's no reason to do it anymore. Leave your kids alone.
Monet for foreskin 2021.
Yeah, leave your kids' foreskin alone.
Yeah, leave your children's foreskin alone. Let them decide later in life. I mean, I will say it is. That's a tough decision to make later in life.
To get foreskin, I heard
to get it removed.
It's a very it hurts. I heard,
I mean, which means it probably hurts the baby too.
and the recovery time is crazy.
Which means the baby is experiencing all those things, but you don't remember it.
No, that's true. But also, when you're a kid, like your body, because when you're born, your body's still percolating with stem cells, so you heal much faster when you're a baby. So your body is percolating with stem cells.
I'm gonna Google that.
Oh my
Do
God.
babies
Heal.
faster? Do babies heal faster? Your baby's skin heals faster than yours. Yours. So all these things about your baby's skin super vulnerable stem from the same reason why their skin heals so quickly. They're developing. All right, you're right. There it is.
Why can't you ever believe me? Why do you always have to verify what I'm saying to you?
Have you ever heard the phrase "study and show yourself approved"?
No.
Don't just take anyone's word.
Don't put
take,
no fucking Bible quotes to me. How dare you?
Yeah. Don't take anyone. Yeah.
I want to say this nigga
For the world. So for the
For
Lord-
man-
No, for
a man would rather lose the
for-
world than gain
for-
his soul.
So he so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son.
Yeah, so about
Son.
you.
I believe that you should always do your own. Don't just take anyone's word for it.
I don't. But I mean, this is different. I'm not taking anyone. It's talking about us.
And also, because if it's something that you say that I think you're an expert on, I don't think you're an expert on stem cells and natal development.
I literally minored in
That's not
biology.
true. Don't lie. Don't lie. You did not. I know you did. Westminster doesn't even have a fucking biology program.
Okay, first of all, since it doesn't exist anymore,
Your college is shut down?
he shut down, girl.
Damn.
They
Why'd
couldn't
you-
afford it anymore.
That's your crunchy ass college.
Westminster was a very expensive school.
Yeah, there's no. No, they had classes. There's no biology major at Westminster. This is why I don't take you for what you say, because you lie about shit. I can't fucking trust you.
You know, when I was in college, I was dating a guy, and his name, I'm gonna say it.
Damn. Jesus.
Actually, bleep the last name. That's probably inappropriate. I don't know.
You like last four of his social, mother's maiden name, girl in the street,
in the closet.
pet's first name.
Jay, bleep his last name. And
in fact, bleep your name too.
And then there was a while, and we're together. Everything was good, but I was kind of in the closet. He was fully in the closet, and then he broke up with me when I went back for winter break.
I'm so annoyed because I had a great transition into the thing, but yours was good.
Okay, well, what's Jay? No, just leave it.
So when Westminster broke up with their accreditation, it's so stupid.
It was my first real breakup. I was like, well, I broke up with my girlfriend in high school, but she knew the tea.
But you weren't dating.
Who?
But you were dating a closeted person.
Yeah, so we were
talking
dating.
about the experience of dating someone in the closet. I genuinely don't even.
It's very stressful. It is weird. It's stressful.
How old were you?
This was sophomore year, so I was 19, 20, something like that. And yeah, it's stressful. You never meet their family. You meet a friend or two, but everything is always.
Were they closeted to their friends?
Yeah, closeted to everyone.
So you met them and they were like, "This is my friend. This is my friend Kevin."
Mm-hmm.
Could not be me.
Even when you were younger?
I never did anything with a guy in high school. I didn't do anything with I wasn't busting it open at the movie theaters on my lunch break like you. I was not going down to the sex store, busting it open, and buying Scooby snacks on the way to school. There was never a time in my life where I was a target demographic for Pokemon and getting my cheeks clapped.
Not a target demographic.
I didn't have that overlap.
Your looks look really good today.
Thank you. Not that you were enjoying the show Zoom, and then you remember when Zoom was a show and not an app?
Come on and Zoom, come on and
Can you speak
Zoom?
Zoom?
It was Ubby is a bow.
I can't speak of that. I can speak gibberish.
Go ahead.
How to get autoguard you to go to the good.
How are you today?
Yeah.
And what is it? What is the pattern? You say
it, then how is how the gal. Up is up to gup. Microphone is mighty guy for the
okay, give me one so we can do.
Table.
Table gigabay.
Tater gay buttergoal.
That is dumb.
Does it make sense to you?
Do you get it, Jacob?
Table is tater gay buttergoal. Glass are gladagas setagas.
I don't get it. That just sounds like you're saying shit.
Okay, what's a ring?
Ringing.
Red digging.
Why? What is the pattern, bitch? Tell me.
So you just put, do, you say, and then you take the letter, so the O, do, duh, goo, do to goo. Duh, gun. Shit, duh, get is shit. T, duh, gee.
I'm exhausted. I can't even process what that is.
So you take the first word, the first letter and the consonant and vowel sound. So let's say it's shoe. Shoe, and then you take out the sh and replace it with a D. So shoe, duh, goo.
I don't even get it.
I'm not explaining it well. Anyway, but I've never dated anyone who I just can't imagine being. How did that feel? Honestly, do you
it feels terrible. You don't ever feel, which is probably why I have so many troubles now in my life with love, whatever. You don't ever feel that person ever valued you. You were ever I don't think that I was ever something to this person. I feel like I existed in the space. We were fucking and we would go to eat weirdly at a restaurant because you don't want anybody to know. It was all. So
you'd go out, but you'd be at a restaurant as friends,
right?
Couldn't hold hands, couldn't touch.
No.
And you just go home and fuck?
Yeah. Because when he fucked me good, I take his ass to Red Lobster.
Was it a good leg?
Oh, he had a great dick. I mean, a great.
What was so great about it?
It was a nice. I mean, everybody swear everything is 9 inches. Oh, I have a 9-inch dick. I have a huge dick. Big white cock. Big black cock. Big Latin cock. Whatever it is. This nigga had a genuinely a delicious 8.5-inch thick uncut dick.
You want an 8-inch penis in your butthole?
I did back. I said this before in this podcast. The only times I've been fucked great, and I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. I want to do it every day of my life. They were by big dicks. I feel like dudes with big dicks, they put more time. They're like, I know my dick is big, and I know I can't just bust it in there, so I need to take care of the person.
I've had an experience that they were quite the opposite. and like someone with a big dick is like, it's big, so you'll just love it. And I'm like, I'm in pain.
Yeah, no,
This is a bad experience.
really.
Yeah.
You know, I've had like genuinely in my life like about like 7 or 9 big dicks, and they all were such great tops, so great, so lovely. Enjoy it. To quote you, 10 out of 10 would recommend them to anybody.
That just seems like too much in your butthole for me.
And but it's definitely that thing, bitch. After we fuck, we can't fuck for the next day or two because I'm literally walking funny.
That is. I don't think I want that in my life. That doesn't sound healthy for me.
Well, tell me about your breakups. Well, no, do you remember your first breakup?
I mean, technically, yeah, my first breakup was with a, what was her name? So I broke up with my 7th grade girlfriend.
Uh-huh.
We only kissed one time.
Was it a good kiss?
No, I don't want to engage. This is just me speaking my truth from the time. And I'm going to trigger warning, there's some body shaming in here. She had very yellow teeth. I mean, like the color of butter.
Ooh.
And it was like a thing at school. Like, why are her teeth so fucking yellow? Like, it was crazy. And I didn't want to.
How you end up dating?
Because she asked me, and I was like, okay.
7th grade. Got it.
Yeah. And I was like, sure, we can date. And her teeth were, it might have been 8th grade, actually. And I just remember thinking to myself, Jesus Christ, this girl has the fucking yellowest teeth. And I just do not want to kiss her because I'm afraid of what's going on in her mouth.
Yeah.
Like, your mouth is a disaster, and I don't want it near my mouth. So we had like a, and then we broke up, and I can't remember. I think we just kind of like stopped talking over the summer. Like, we kissed on like the last day of school, and then we just stopped talking over the summer. And it was like our breakup. And then I had a girlfriend named
Ooh.
So me and were dating when I was in like 9th grade. She came from like a different school. She was a new girl at school.
Mm-hmm.
She moved during the school year and had a crush on me.
Katie Herring.
And Katie Herring, what's that?
Lindsay Lohan's character in Mean Girls.
Oh, so then she came over, and I was like, okay. And she had a crush on me. She was in the drama program with me, and we.
And she didn't know that your gay ass was gay.
And we also dated and broke up and kissed.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to stop using names now because I want to say things, but I don't want these to get bleep her name because also had fucked up teeth.
I cannot kiss someone with fucked up teeth. I literally
You
can't.
have to bleep her name. You have to because like we all, like a lot of my friends from college know her, and I don't want this to get back to her. I don't need that in my life. I do not need that in my life. But she, like, her teeth were just like so. I was like, this is kind of hard for me. Let's see if I can find her. And then my girlfriend Nikisha Nicole.
You had, oh my God, how many girlfriends have you had?
3. And then there was my girlfriend Keisha, who was absolutely.
That's the 4th girlfriend you listed.
No, Nikisha doesn't say. Nikisha Nicole is one person.
Oh, got it.
Keisha was just stunning. Like, this girl was too hot.
Oh, you told me about Nikisha before.
She was way too hot for me. She was beautiful. She had a great body, beautiful teeth, a gorgeous skin. She could sing. She was talented. She was funny. She was amazing. Like, Keisha was stunning. And we fooled around a lot. And we broke up. And she's the one that I was like, I'm gay.
Work. And how did she react?
We cried together.
Y'all cried together?
Yeah, we were. It was a breakup. You never cried during a breakup?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So we were crying, and I was, coming into my own, and she was being broken up with by her boyfriend we had gone to different colleges. She went to Clayton State, and I went to Columbus State in Georgia. And I waited until I didn't do it over the phone. Or through text, because people weren't really texting back then. And I waited till she came to my home, and we had a wonderful weekend. And then I was like, I think that we should have to break up because I'm gay.
Work.
And then I did not date until Jacob.
Work.
And so Jacob's my first boyfriend. Ezra's my second boyfriend, and there is still.
So you have a pretty good track record.
I mean, how many breakups you got?
I've had 4 breakups.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about them.
The first one I just told you about. The second one was a guy named I dated in New York. He was not in the closet.
Wait, we gotta stop using names.
Oh,
We got this is getting absurd. We gotta stop saying people's names.
well, we'll just bleep all the names, whatever. Jay, for all the names that we say about breakups, bleep them.
And again, Jay, bleep your name.
I did it. Oh, we'll take a break now and tell you more.
Oh my God, say his name again.
Okay, Paul and I,
God.
we dated, and he was not in the closet, but he was weird because his family had a big business, so they
What kind of business?
flooring, something with flooring. It's very, very Bensonhurst, very Brooklyn. He was Montenegrin.
What the fuck is going on? First of all, don't try to get slick as we recording. All right, I ain't gonna be too many more Montenegrins. Hey.
He was Montenegrin and Puerto Rican.
Got it.
Who is it? Wait, this is her?
No. Tisha's white.
Oh, I don't.
All my girlfriends are black.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've dated 2 black guys. Oh, I was black. I was Puerto Rican and Montenegrin. I dated who was white, and then the fucking. Why you saying? And then,
I didn't like him.
oh my God, what if he hears this?
We bleeped his name anyway.
Oh yeah. And then I was the fucking Uber Eats guy, the chef.
Who was like from every country in the world.
But you know what? He had been courting me for years, Bob. Since I used to work in New York City.
You told me.
Yeah, so that was a little weird.
So I dated 3 black girls, a white guy, and a Mexican guy.
Word.
Is my my track record.
Yeah.
For dating.
So you cried.
But I did try to date this one guy.
I remember. You were obsessed.
He was, but it just didn't. It was before I met you, Jacob.
Jacob over there rolling his eye. Jacob was bad.
Jacob's not. Well, we've engaged with him before.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, y'all hooked up together?
Yeah.
Word.
So I was trying to date him, but I moved to Berkeley right when we were like starting to like hang out, and he like cooked for me, and he cooked me some gumbo, and I was like, oh my God, like no one's ever like, this is crazy. And then I moved to Berkeley, and he was working on like ships and cruise ships and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it just didn't work out. So I thought he was gonna be my first boyfriend, but then Jacob. I mean, would you say you pursued me?
I don't feel like I pursued you.
I think Jacob pursued me. This is what happened. I'll tell the story. I hit Jacob on Grindr.
Uh-huh.
I wrote him a poem.
Wait,
Jacob,
time out. You wrote him a poem?
So Jacob's Grindr profile used to say, "I will only respond if you write me a haiku." So I wrote a haiku.
Oh, can you remember it?
Jacob has it somewhere. It was.
I don't know if I have it on this.
It was like kind of like a slutty haiku, like, "Hey, you look cute here. I would like to hit it, please. Do you want to come now?" It was something like that.
Got it.
It was probably more clever than that. Anyway, so I hit Jacob up on Grindr, and then we hooked up, and then I went back to New York City. This is on one of my gigs in San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
Then I came back a few months later
For Berkeley.
for Berkeley rep, and then so what happened was Jacob hit me up on New Year's.
When you came back.
No, before
The first time.
It was on Grindr.
The first time.
Yeah, after the first time, so me and Jacob were like early December, late November, and then randomly on New Year's, Jacob just hit me up on New Year's. And was like, "Hey, Happy New Year's." I was just thinking about you.
Okay, so Jacob had you starred.
I mean, I probably had you started too. 'Cause I remember saying I want to meet you again when I come back. And Jacob's picture used to be a picture of him. He had like long hair.
We also went out for breakfast the night after.
Yeah, we went to breakfast the night after. Jacob had like long hair, and he was in his underwear on his picture, doing like a little thoughty hopo, like sitting on his feet with his back arched in like a pair of like underwear that looked like they had like some kind of like a cartoon or ice cream or something on them like that.
You gotta recall all the details.
And he had Jacob, Jacob used to have long hair.
I didn't know that Jacob had long hair.
When I first met Jacob, he had long hair. There's actually a video I saw online that Jacob posted a long time ago where Jacob walks up to me and is like, I come after work, and I didn't even verse me that Jacob was wearing a skull cap in the house.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, hey,
I was wearing one of your giant wigs.
Was it a wig?
Yeah.
And Jacob was walking around the house in one of my wigs, and I was like, hey. And I just thought Jacob was just being silly wearing a wig. And then he just walked up and pulled the wig off, and he had buzzed his head.
What?
And I was like, oh my God. And then, so now she has her ever since. So, wait, I'm not. So, what?
I decided to shave my head because one night you told me I looked like the girl from The Grudge.
Oh my God, that is so rude.
I think Jacob had like gotten out of the shower and was like walking with his hair dripping, and I was like, "You're like the girl from The Grudge."
Oh my! I was saying this. White people love having their hair wet. White people will go to
Kennedy.
bed. White people will. I remember in New York City going to school at like in the dead of winter. It's like 22 degrees outside, wet, dripping.
Me and Kennedy, we were like, Kennedy, this is Anchorage, Alaska Pride. Why is your hair wet? Your hair could snap. It is so fucking wet. Anyway, but yeah, so then we ended up, when I moved back, we were like hitting each other up, and I was like, well, I'm coming back soon. I'm gonna actually be there for like 6 months. And he was like, great. And then I got there, he hit me up, and then we were hitting each other back and forth.
Work, and y'all never broke up. Mine, he was biased, but he was out to his family, but they were weird about him talking to guys. It was like, this is not good for family business. So then that lasted for like about...
Folks are trying to buy flowers and being like, by the way, your son a faggot or no?
Bob,
I'm not getting these laminate flowers.
Oh, it doesn't make any sense. But it's 2023.
Damn.
2013.
It was in 2 years?
2013 to like 2012.
Talk about the time travel's wife. Bitch, that's you.
And my next relationship wasn't until 2018 we dated, and that was the first breakup I like was really like beaten up about. Did I ever tell you about this breakup?
Did you not tell me about your breakup?
I don't think it was so dramatic.
Why would you not tell me?
I don't think I did not tell you. It was just Patty. Okay, it was very. Have you ever seen the first Sex and the City movie?
No.
Okay. Anyway, so we were dating for about 9 months, whatever, and then I went to his family's house for Thanksgiving, and then and his mom was.
This is driving me crazy. Oh, thank you.
And I loved his mom. Did you like any of your ex-girlfriend's moms?
I like Keisha's mom a lot. Keisha's mom was really lovely. I love Jacob's mom, and I love Ezra's mom.
Yeah, I love his mom. We would like text, like we were like cool. And then I went to his family, and then I don't know, it was something about like the experience. I was like, because he was still living at home, and I was like, I'm like doing my thing with my life. I can't. It was more to it than that, but that was like a piece of it. And then...
Did you feel like he was a bum?
No, I didn't feel like he was a bum. I just felt like he wasn't super ambitious at that point in life. And then I also felt like he had old feelings for his ex-boyfriend. And I was like, which is fine, but he was a little bit in denial about it. So we had went after Thanksgiving dinner with his family. We went out to the bar in the town that he lived in. And I said to him, because he was planning on moving to New York. And I was like, you still have feelings for your ex-boyfriend. And then I was like, I don't think this is going to work. And then he started crying, and I started crying.
In the bar? Not in public.
The two of us are at this bar crying, Bob.
A straight bar?
There was a gay bar. We're like crying.
Not Monet Exchange, famous drag queen crying in a gay bar. Gorilla.
Crying, and we went back to the hotel room because I got a hotel room that night, and then we were just like talking about it, and I was like, used to like him, and I was like, and I was like pouring out my heart. I was like, I cannot believe you did this to me. I can't.
What to you?
Like strung me along in this relationship when you know that you had feelings with ex-boyfriend.
I don't think that he necessarily did anything.
But he was in denial about it, and he was, and that was our whole thing.
But it wasn't to you; it was to him. So it wasn't about you.
But it was that. But we were all about having open and honest conversation and communication.
But if he was in denial with himself, I could be honest with you if he wasn't being honest with himself.
Well, anyway, that's how I felt. And I was like, can't believe this. And he was like, I know. And I was like, and I was like, this can't be a thing. But in my mind, I didn't think we were gonna like end it, but I was like, it needs to end. And then, so I was like, so then after we're crying in this hotel room, like expressing our feelings. And he's like, and he's like, and I was leaving. Oh, the next morning I had a gig in the Grand Cayman Island for this like amazing like festival. Me and Patty, and I was because Patty was in New York. It was Thanksgiving. He was gonna meet me there, and then he's like, "Well, I'll still like to drive you to the airport in the morning." I was like, "No, just please, you have to go." I was like, "You have to go." And he was like, "No." So I stay on the bed, and he sleeps on the couch. He takes me to the hotel in the morning. He takes me to the airport in the morning, and then I get to the Grand Cayman the next day, and then I'm like bitch, I show up at the airport. I mean, just. red eyes.
Why'd you call me?
I was so distraught. I
Why
was
didn't
like,
you call me?
I don't know. And then so then Patty was like, what's wrong? And I was like, we broke up. And Patty was like, oh. So then we get to the hotel. Patty puts me in a hotel room, and it was very Sex and City because it was in the morning when we got there. And Patty was like, do you want me to open the blinds? I was like, no, keep them closed. So I'm just in my room in this beautiful island, sad and depressed as hell. Patty comes the next day. He's like, I brought you lunch. I was like, I'm not gonna eat.
You didn't eat?
I was hungry.
I'm not gonna eat. Leave it. But I'm not gonna eat.
But I was really fucked up, and it took like a while to get over that. Like a couple
What do you mean?
months.
What's a while?
Like about 3 months. I was still heartbroken.
Is it not okay for someone in a relationship to have feelings with someone else?
It is okay, but
Because you can't help that.
but there were also things that because I don't know, there were also things that were happening that they weren't being honest about interactions with their ex-boyfriend.
They use them?
Huh?
They use them pronouns?
No, I mean I don't know, maybe, but we still we still talk. We talk here and there. It's been a long time, like maybe like a year, but we've chatted since.
I've almost broken up before.
Really?
Yeah, me and Ezra almost broke up.
Like recently?
Recently, yeah.
Oh my god.
It was a wild journey. I was like, this is so feels so foreign in my adulthood.
And you get very like it like you get very.
Well, we just talked.
Shaken up.
We talked everything through, and we came to a really great understanding. And there was a point where I was like, I think we're gonna break up, but we ended up not. When now we're stronger than ever. And
Yeah, we just hung out the other day, yesterday.
yeah. But I do think a big part of being in a relationship is being with yourself. And if you are not able to like be with yourself and love yourself and accept yourself, I don't want to sound like RuPaul, but it really is hard to show up for someone else if you are not able to show up for yourself.
Right.
And which is why I think maybe in the instance with you and your ex, he was not being honest with himself. He was not showing up for himself.
Right.
Therefore, he could not show up for you because he wasn't doing the internal care. He wasn't taking care of himself. So how could he?
Yeah.
How could he do anything for you?
And he was a great person. He was one of the sweetest people I've ever met. One of the sweetest people I've ever met in my life. Very kind.
I feel like I'm supposed. I feel like I'm supposed to hate your ex. I don't know why. He never did anything mean to me. He was actually really nice to me.
Yeah.
And he's never been mean to me. And I want to become I'm just kidding for jokes. He's been lovely the 2 or 3 times I've met him.
Yeah.
But I do feel like I'm supposed to not like him.
I know. Oh, that's how. If you. If you ever break it with anyone, I would be like.
I don't think me and Jacob ever come close to breaking up, but I think that there was a point where we were like, is this going to work? But we were like, but we can't break up though, because we're like in it. I mean, maybe Jacob felt that way. How did you feel?
Yeah, I agree. At that point, we were like, that point it was.
But we want to come close to the mic?
It was at that point. It was in the middle of pandemic. We couldn't see anyone else. We were living together, and the only thing we had to do was make YouTube videos. So what else? It wouldn't have been practical
To break up. So I was like, we are inextricably bound. I mean, not literally. I mean, we could find a way to untangle ourselves if we needed to, or if Jacob for some reason decided that he's Team Evie now. But I think that we were. It was definitely like this is really hard, and I was feeling very afraid of breaking up because I don't want to break up with Jacob, and I was like I want to stay together, so let's just talk this through. And as Jacob knows, I talk a lot. Like I really like talking.
Oh, I know.
Because I feel like that's the best way to get to the base of what we're going through. There was a miscommunication. We got to figure out where the miscommunication happened, and from there we can get this.
You do this a lot, and you do this a lot.
Do I, Jacob? Do I do this a lot?
Yeah. You are chopping me up, girl. You are chopping me up.
If you're only listening, I poke Monee's arm. You, Jacob? But breaking up in my adulthood sounds really stressful, and it sounds the 2 times I almost broke up with my boyfriend, I was like, this is really stressful.
Yeah.
I don't like this feeling at all.
But for me, I get really emotionally tethered very easily. I'm such a big sap, so I get very emotionally invested in people very quickly. So that's what it was for me. Like emotion, I'm like, bitch, I'm there. I'm like ready to go to the courthouse and lock it up tomorrow.
That's a lot.
Can you ask Monet if she's ride or die for boyfriends?
Are you ride or die for your boyfriend?
I'll ride it out for my man.
Really?
I'm ride it out for my man.
Are you serious? I can't tell if you're joking or not.
I'm dead serious.
So you're not ride or die for me, you ride or die for your man.
Yeah. Well, you explicitly said that you would not be ride or die for me. So what?
I'm not. I'm also not ride or die for Jacob.
Okay. So then why are you mad if I'm not ride or die for you? Why does it matter?
I think that people who are ride or die for their man are stupid hoes. I think if you're ride or die for your man no matter what, you are what I would consider a stupid hoe. That's some dumb bitch shit. I don't care what my man does, honey. I don't care what the fuck he does. I'm staying by him no matter what.
Well,
you might want to be a little more discerning. With
not quite that. I mean, if my man going to shot someone in the face, I'm going to be like, yeah, that nigga did it. But
what if he cheated on you?
Cheated on? I think. You see, well, I don't think I would find myself in that situation because we would be probably in an open relationship.
You? Whoa.
I've always said no. Where we did. Okay, we've had this.
You do the dumb rule that I hate.
We've had this conversation.
You do the fake.
The first time I was like, absolutely not. When we talked about it again, I said we can get to openness, but you're like, as soon as we meet, we open. I'm just not. That's not my journey.
It's just that's not a real thing. Like
that is a real thing.
Let me just say my piece. I think that if you are being like, at some point, we're going to end up opening up. To me. That scene, but also everything works for everyone do your own thing. If you're like, we're gonna open up in 3 months, what are you doing? What the fuck are you doing?
You're getting to know that person. You're getting to trust them. You're getting to build trust and connection. No, you can't.
You can't do what? Get to know someone while you're hooking with other people?
No. I feel like...
Wait, you can't what?
I said is you cannot build that level of trust and comfortability with someone when everyone is just sleeping around.
That's not... We did.
I mean, but that's for you. For me.
You just said you can't. You didn't say I can't.
I'm speaking for me. How I would operate in a relationship. I cannot build that knowing that we're just open to the world. That's just for me.
And in my opinion, that is an artifice.
Well,
that is like it's a thing. You're like you're making up these odd rules with arbitrary dates where you're like, I'll in 3 months.
They're not arbitrary. You don't know. I mean, I never said 3 months.
I made up a date.
Okay. Well, for your experience,
we didn't do 3 months. We were open as soon as we were never not open.
Work.
Ever, not even one single time. But I do think that the idea of being like, I'm going to get to know you without anyone else around. I don't think that we as people need to learn to exist in a vacuum. I don't think that we need to learn to exist with each other without other people interfering in our lives. I think you have to learn to interact with people with other people around because you don't exist in a vacuum. And when Jacob and I did exist in a vacuum, and a lot of people experienced this in quarantine, it was completely different. Like it was like this is not what our life will ever be. This is a random thing in this situation, and we had to relearn ourselves, but we were also able to get through it.
Well, I think when you start involving sex and you start involving feelings and emotions and heart, everyone processes feelings and emotion and sex differently. How you and your partners deal with it, that's what works for y'all.
No,
doesn't work for everyone.
I understand.
And
that.
I know many people who have done it the way that I'm speaking of, and they're like, getting just me and that person getting to know each other for the first month, year, week, whatever it was, that was crucial for their development and their love and their relationship.
And they broke up.
No, those people are still together.
No, not one of them. Not a single person ever got to know their partner, and then.
I mean, I don't know that in my not the ones that I'm speaking of. I mean, and there are people who've been open from the beginning and they broke up the next week.
Yeah, and I don't think that being open is a thing that makes your relationship bond. I don't think that setting boundaries for your. I just honestly do not believe in telling your partner what they can and can't do. That is like what is a really hard and fast. It's a wrap for me. Is my partner telling me what I can and cannot do. Not just about anyone. You don't get to tell me what I can and can't do.
They're not telling you guys are talking together, and you guys as a unit, as a couple, as a whatever it is, you guys are discovering that together. I'm not saying you can't do that. We're having a conversation as two grown adults on what will work for us as a unit.
But yeah, I agree. But it's also weird about when it's like what works for you and other people. It's not just what we're having between us. It's also you and your interactions with other people. So it's like I can tell you how I like to be spoken to, how I like to be treated, but now you're also asking me to limit my interactions with other people too.
I'm not asking you to do that.
If you're a partner, you say you don't want to be open. You're like, also you can't do.
But if that person doesn't want to be open, then that's that. So
But I'm saying it is also trying
when
to
you get
manage-
together, you will find someone like that's questions you ask the first time y'all fuck, the first time you're going on a date. That's something you find out at the beginning. So then you don't ever have to get to that point
Get to what point?
of someone wanting to be open and someone doesn't. That's shit that you find out on the first day that you meet somebody. You're like, so before
You're on the first date.
you and I go out. You and I are on a date. We're eating. We're like, hey, da, 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 da. We're talking this, school, whatever. Like, how do you feel about relationships? I'm like, not for me. Oh, great, not meeting you. Finish our dinner. We never talk again. Or the advice it happens the other way. The other way, you're like, that's for me. Work. This is gonna work out.
I don't think that I would write someone off that early in a conversation because of one thing. Because people evolve. Like there was a point where imagine you met the person, like a person that you have a great connection with back when you were like never, not once, but now you are. Maybe if you and that person would have actually spoken and talked about it further than just saying, "Open relationship, no, okay, bye."
But at the beginning, it would not have worked because where my mind was back then, I was not about it at all.
You don't know if you talked to that person might have changed your opinion. At
that
all.
was a deal breaker for me then. Now it's not.
But you don't know if talking to that person would have made your mind a little different.
I know back then, Bob, never, not once. It's always open. I'm like, that is not gonna work for me.
But your mind did change.
Yeah, a decade later.
But was it over the course of a slow decade, or was it one day?
Probably over the past like 4 years, maybe.
So wait, that doesn't make sense.
A decade ago,
I feel like at some point there is a day shift where you were like, this day I was like,
over
no.
the course of 4 years.
But what I'm saying is, at some point over 4 years, was it like, how are you a little bit open, but not a little? Like at some point in the course of 4 years, there was a day where your mind changed.
No, I think it's something that you gradually evolve to one day.
But I think if you're kind of like, I don't know, then one day you go, actually, yes, that's the day.
Okay, sure. But again, that's over the course of 4 years.
So what if you had met them on the day before?
But from 1 to 6, again, we're talking about a very specific situation. That was 10 years ago. I would not be into it. Not the year after that. Not the year after that. Not the year after that. So that was a hard no.
I'm just saying, unless whatever experiences encouraged you to change your opinion on them,
just life, growing, getting older.
But those things, let's say the person who you were talking to could have given you some insight, opened your mind up to where it is now, and instead of shutting them off completely, you would have just gotten there quicker. You would have arrived at the same place, but you could have gotten there quicker because maybe you had a conversation with this person that could have encouraged you.
There are so many hypotheses and maybes and theories.
Of course, we're dealing in hypothetics.
We have to go. Do you know what's not open? This line of communication. It's now closed.
Wow, I guess I'll just shut the hell up then.
Thank y'all for joining us at Sibling Rivalry.
This is a short episode. I don't like them this short.
It was 50 minutes.
It's 15 minutes. Not that short. You are so weird.
I like talking and hanging out.
We know.
All right, bye everyone. That's a wrap.
He's been done cut the cameras.